Hi, the name is Okami, and here today we will be reviewing the Transformers Generations Commander Class Earthrise Sky Lynx, which, as you can see, rolls very well and comes with these. Let's get right into it. Now, right off the bat, this vehicle mode is massive, and I mean massive. This guy is giant compared to Bumblebee here, which we reviewed last video. And though this guy is rather small in comparison, it certainly does scale how large this thing is. Like, this is one of the first Transformers I've gotten, and where his size almost took up the entirety of the box he was in. This guy is absolutely massive, and it certainly fits him as Sky Lynx. You know, he's the Autobot transport shuttle. Of course he's going to be absolutely massive. But first things first, let's take a closer look here. Here, hands if you may. Okay. The vehicle mode separates into two sections. We have the magnificent space shuttle and this carrier thing. Let's get looking at the space shuttle. First things first, as, well, it's the top section. Now, just to be clear, this is not the first giant figure I've ever gotten. I'd say that would have to be G2 Superion. Not the original, the Combiner Wars version. But either way, onward to the space shuttle, which is, as you can see scaled next to my normal figure, giant. Oh my god, this thing is beautiful. The amount of detail and texturing in this whole thing just really brings out everything good. The gold is really working well with the white here. The Autobot symbols there are... Oh, God. Well, that was going to happen eventually. Yeah. Unfortunately, as you can see here, this thing is not entirely meant to be stood up on the back. But fortunately, an additional mode later on in the review will fix that. But overall, onto the shuttle itself. This thing is so big. Holding in my hands, and the amount of detail. Look at all this. You can even open the little top here, which has only one siege port. Which is a shame, though, because imagine if this was hollow, you could fit somebody inside. That'd be awesome. Instead, I guess you could kind of do that. That's still pretty cool, not gonna lie. Posability-wise, it's a space shuttle. What do you expect for posability? But he does come, and he comes with an incredibly large effect part. I'm sorry about stuttering, I have some problems with that. He comes with an incredibly large effect part, basically tree. Like, look at this thing. This is massive, and splits apart. You also get two bonus of these. What you can do with this, of course, is take the three smaller pieces here and plug them into the back. Or actually, you can plug them into here, here, and here. You have a little thruster action there. Personally, though, I like to plug that in there, that in there, that in there. Just have him whooshing across the stars. Ah, effect parts are a glorious thing. Speaking of effect parts, of course, you have multiple parts to place it on since this is a commander class. Of course, they're going to emphasize effect parts. You got one right here, one right here, one right here, one right on the side of the head for some reason, one on the top, one on the other side, one right here. Oh, also one at the very tip of the tail, which I thought was a very odd spot. And in case you're wondering about weapon and, additions, you can place one right there, 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 or one, of course, in the hole right there. Or you can place one in, of course, the thrusters, but why would you do that? That sounds ridiculous. Also, Sky Lynx was known for being a narcissist, so him having the magnificence on his ship really fits in. Well, now let's take a look at the carrier. The carrier itself is rather confusing to me, honestly. It just looks kind of weird. I mean, it's literally a brick with wheels. It rolls really well. But other than that, it really is just a brick. Just a solid hunk of plastic. Really nothing much to it. Its sole purpose being the bottom half of this combination, which overall makes a very neat looking vehicle. The one thing I don't like, the way it does connect. Because it connects not by like a multitude of things, no, just that one tab. That's my one problem with this figure, the connection. Like, yes, it does stay on very well, but that's mainly gravity doing its thing. Hold it upside down, this thing is going to come right off. And it's weird, because they even emphasize this little lever here for removing him. And I'm just like, why do you even need the lever if it doesn't do its job in the first place? Anyway, accessories here. On the carrier itself, we get 2 guns. That's all I can really say about them. They're giant guns. So if you want somebody to have giant guns to go pew pew and shoot everything in sight, then feel free to. God, what would these look like in Bumblebee? Actually, give me a moment. Oh no, that is beautiful! I'm just doing this for the joke. That is hilarious, though. These guns are way too big for this little guy. Alright. Anywho, it's time for the transformation. Hands, if you please. First, let's start off, of course, with the shuttle. Since this thing actually has 3 robot modes, technically. It's a bundle of fun. So first, you just want to grab this nice and tight and... Yeah, that is really satisfying to do. If you guys ever feel bad or down in the dumps and you got this guy just rip his head out, it feels great. Alright, so then you want to bend these ratchet joints, get his head in position. Feel free to open it. Tongue here, for some reason. Then for the back here, you unclip this, fold it over and fold, and then flip out the wing. That is giant! This guy's gonna be even bigger than he used to be. Oh my god, look at that. You gotta rip this open, pull all that out, and that's his tail. And these are the bird legs. And oh my god, he's so big and chunky. He's a heavy guy, but not as heavy as the brick that was over there. And here you have, oh god, I'm gonna have to adjust my camera to fit this guy in. There you have the bird portion. Oh my god, he's so big. Oh god. It's just, it's so much presence. He is way bigger than his normal mode. Alright. And then, oh god. You can still see the wing. Then, this guy's a lot heftier, but his transformation's actually a little easier. Fold this down. Pull this open. Okay, I lied. Flip this open if you want to. Ratchet the legs forward, down, all that junk. Now here's the thing. It's a double elbow, but the instructions want you to pull it out like that and then fold down the foot, which I think looks really weird, but yeah, like we can all agree. This function is completely unnecessary. Like, you can do it if you want to, but personally, I like my simpler looking Lynx. Of course, it does that automatically. Fold those open. Do the same thing with the back legs. Once again, you don't need to fold out that extra bit, but the instructions want you to. I just like being nice and simple. And then come back around here, flip open these. There you have the Lynx. Now, if you excuse me, I have to adjust my camera to fit both of these guys. I'm absolutely freaking out here. These guys are giant. Oh, I had to move my setup back and stretch it up to get all of this in. I gotta move over. Oh, God. They're just massive. They're giants. They're literal titans. Oh. The fact is, they're not as tight as Devastator and Predaking behind me. Well, either way, let's get down to posability. Because then we gotta combine the two. And then there's that last mode, thank God. Oh, these guys are giant. So, for the Lynx's posability, you know, we're just gonna leave that because, frankly, it's too big. Up. Well, I guess that was actually finishing the transformation. It's got up and down here, additional up and down thanks to a ball joint there. Jaw can open really wide. There's a tongue unhinged joint right here, which you can attach effect part 2 in case you want that whole mouth laser. I think that's neat. Then for the legs, ratchet forward and back, 360 degrees. Open and shut. Oh, God. Just doing this is so hard. Ratchet here. Secondary tighter ratchet in the other part, you know. And a ratchet on the foot and a normal tilt. Exact same posability on the back leg, which is weird because cats don't have their legs like this. They have their front legs like this. The back legs have a knee that goes back, not forward. I guess you can also move the tails up and down. God, these things they're so heavy. They're so big and heavy. It's crazy. Like, I'm not even sure if there's any die-cast metal in these. But my favorite feature of this guy, by far, you can open up his butt, then fold this down. And what this basically does is it turns him into a playset. Because now, with just a camera, you have a ramp. And if you get a Micromaster, you can shove him in the back there and have him deploy out. Which I think is epic. Like, imagine putting a camera there, add some lights, and then roll this guy down. Now that's gonna be awesome. But of course I'm not doing that because this video is gonna be long enough as is. Oh, God. Then for the bird. Oh, sweet Jesus. Warning, if you pick up these guys, they are, and by pick up I mean buy, they are heavy. They are big, bulky, and heavy. There is a reason my guy is clutching his head and screaming internally. These guys are big. Posability on the bird. We got ratchet in and out on the legs, forward and back. Swivel here, forward and back. Oh, forgot to mention that this guy also has a swivel right here for more posability. Forgot to mention that. Thank you, bird. And you got bend here, swivel here as well. Not sure why you need 2 swivels, but you do you. Forward and back ratchet, and a normal tilt. You can also close and open these feet here. The head, up and down the bottom, along with a little side-to-side movement. The middle 2 are just up and down, double-jointed ratchets. The front has a little bit of up, I guess, but that might just be from the double joint in here, and the side-to-side. The head itself is on a big ball joint, so feel free to use that however you will, which means, of course, he has a head swivel. And his jaw can open with a movable tongue. That is neat. And oh my God, the wings flap. And I guess you can count this as moving up and down, but why would you? They're so big. I can't stop. I love... Oh. Oh yeah, that might be an occasional problem. The wings are so heavy, they outweigh the mushroom pegs. Fortunately, these just pop right back on, so no worries there. Still worth it. The tail has a slight movement there. Double hinge joint here, hinge joint here, hinge joint here, hinge joint here, and a hinge joint here. Oh my god. Alright. So yeah. But that's not all. Oh my god, this is going to be like one of the longest videos on my channel. Because these guys also combine. My guy is still screaming his head off. And that fits. So to combine the two, flip this open, fold down the Lynx head and just shove that right in there. We don't need your head anymore. You can choose to fold these down. I like leaving the tails up. Then for the bird guy, I sound exhausted because these guys are hefty. Just click and move everything back together. And then use the same exact weird connector for the vehicle mode. And here you have the massive beast that is Sky Lynx. Oh my god, he's magnificent. And that was a pun on his name. Holy Jesus. So, posability wise, exact same as the other two, except no bird legs and no Lynx head. You can still open this little bottom section here, but I already did that. And of course, guns. He's got ports on the back legs, which you can actually see on the box over there. And of course, he's got ports on his front legs. Speaking of the box, he also came with a star map, but I misplaced that. I'm sorry. The star map is one of the bigger pieces, though, so I'll tell you that. It is very big. This guy is absolutely ginormous. I need to... Oh my god, look at him. Look at this beast of an Autobot. And yeah, this thing is an Autobot. This thing's a good guy. The Decepticons don't know what's coming for them. And once again, size comparison. Bumblebee. Look at that. That is absolutely ridiculous. Alright. And now, the final mode. Thank God. One last thing. Before we move on. Thank you, hands. Vehicle mode has fold out landing gear. And this allows it to roll. Alright. Alright. So, thank God this one's a little easier. So, for the final mode, which I think you'll all like, all you gotta do for the space shuttle is hold that open. That's it. For this guy, what you're gonna want to do, first of all, unhook the legs, fold them back, fold the feet down, but then swivel it. Make sure you don't swivel it off. Swivel it upside down. And then pull these open. Ain't that weird? But it gets weirder. Just lower my camera a little bit. I apologize if this is very jostly. Take the feet, fold the legs up like towers. Fold the feet up as well. Point them this way. Fold down the tails and open it up. Fold these ramp bits down. Open up this piece. Also fold it down. And you want to open this up. But we're not done yet, because we need to go back up higher again and place the centerpiece. Right there. You want to pull this up, and there's actually a little tab right there. There's a little line underneath this. That connects there with the tab. Securing everything in place. All nice and tidy. And then, take the guns and add them in here. And there you have the final form. La pièce de résistance. Space station mode. It's a giant rocket launch bay, and it's absolutely beautiful. This is amazing, and is something that I wish was with the original Sky Lynx. It's beautiful. And for, like, playability, you got gun turrets, which you can stand Transformers behind. You've got ramps for your little Micromaster figures. And with this large effect tree, well, I'll get something set up. The last thing I'll probably move this figure for a while. And boy, it looks good. So yeah, you can create a large elaborate battle station. I even have Bumblebee there mounting one of the cannons. So overall, this figure is incredible. I highly recommend it to all fans of Transformers and all fans of Sky Lynx. It's absolutely beautiful. I love this thing. And though it does have that one connector flaw, I'd still recommend it, at very least, a 9 out of 10. Oh, man. This guy's like the centerpiece of the Earthrise collection. Anyways, to all those who made it this far, thank you so much for watching. You don't have to, but please consider subscribing. Leave a like, leave a comment. I'd like to know your feedback. This is probably going to be my longest video for a while. Trying to make up for no upload last weekend. I was rather busy. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Okami with Wandering Wolf Reviews. Thank you very much, and have a good day. Bye-bye.